Good morning, Fast Trackers.
Morning.
And guests. Does anyone remember when summertime actually meant vacation, trips to the beach, summer camp? I would like to take you back to my last summer vacation. The year was 1986. The New York Giants were the defending Super Bowl champions. Jack Nicklaus won his final green jacket, and yours truly, Chad Beauchamp, just completed his second freshman year of college. I was so well thought of at East Carolina University, they invited me back for an encore performance, and I did not disappoint. Could not wait for summer break. Everything was planned to perfection. For the next 2.5 months, no classes, no exams, no papers, just golf, hanging out at the country club pool, happy hour, and other late night activities. Then the unthinkable happened. My semester of grades arrived home before I could institute Operation Lost Report Card. While I did show improvement over the previous fall semester, my roommates had combined for a 4.0 GPA. I remained on double secret academic probation. What that means is simply one more screw up and I'll be sent home for bad behavior and a free trip to the textile mill. My dad looked at me, he said, "Son, what in the heck are you doing up there? I've sent you money, paid for your books, your food. What are you doing?" These were questions that there was no right answer for. Oh, in my mind, I knew what I'd accomplished. Straight from the home office, top 4 achievements of my spring semester. Number 4, I broke the record for number of fraternity brothers in one car when I packed 13 fellas in my 1971 Ford LTD. Number 3, successfully performed 3 upside down margaritas without a single spill of lime or salt. Number 2, perfect attendance at all mandatory sorority socials. And last but not least, I successfully pledged and became a founding father of the Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity. My dad was not happy. You see, I was the first in my family to go to college. It was a huge deal. But I was immature and thrilled to be on my own. I promptly followed the wrong crowd and ended up in a pickle. Not the kind on a sandwich. Now I was on the fast track to be the first one in my family to flunk out of college. But you know there's a but coming. Here's the but. My father had a plan, and it was nothing like the plan I envisioned just days earlier. For the next 2.5 months, I was going to experience what life was going to be when, not if, but when I flunked out. My dad pulled a few strings at the Belmont hosiery mill for me to work at the dryer room of the hosiery mill. In an attempt to put a positive spin on the situation, told my buddies that I was interning as a vice president of the stock exchange. My job was easy, but physically difficult. Each day, I was required to push heavy carts of hot, wet socks from the dye house all the way to the drying room. The drying room. Picture this: 8 monster industrial-sized dryers. One little me. 0 air conditioning. It's July in North Carolina, in the South, no air conditioning. By hand, I loaded wet socks and I had to place them in the dryers, hit the button, and sit in the delightful heat while they dried. When they were done, I picked the socks out, put them back in, had to push them all across the unair-conditioned textile mill to the fitting room. It took 2 years of college for me to gain 15 pounds. I promptly lost that weight and more in 3 weeks. The 2.5-month break was not what I had in planned, but it did teach me that an education is not to be taken for granted. I straightened up. I flew right, as they say in the Tar Heel State. I'm not saying I became Albert Einstein, but golly, I was no good with a pilot. I pulled myself up and off of academic probation and became the first in my family to graduate from college. Thank you, Jesus, and thank you, Dad. Now just